in high school, where I went to school, there was a lot of labeling. Like what you were labeled as was your identity. There was no searching past that. So being black, being female, that was my identity in high school. I wasn't the pretty one. I wasn't the popular one. I was too white for the black folks and too black for the white folks in school, and so music became that thing that I held on to. And so that became my identity. I was a musician. I was the singer. I played a bunch of instruments and all of that stuff, and that was my thing. And I held on to that. And then I got out of high school and went to City College, and that's when I started exploring a little bit more of myself and who I was. I came out, and that was a whole big thing, you know, because then coming out to your parents, and they're uber Christian, and that was just big fat no-no. And then I transferred up here to San Francisco, when San Francisco State kept doing music, but my love for music slowly started to die away, because it was less about my love for music and more about them, again, putting me into a box of, okay, you play this instrument, you either need to go into jazz music, or you need to do classical, and you have to be amazing, and you have to be like Edgar Meyer, and blah, 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 and it's like, well, I don't want to do that, you know. But I guess I didn't really have a lot of inner strength to speak out and be like, I want to do this instead, because I didn't even know what the heck I wanted to do, really. I just kept doing music because I got all this positive feedback about how good I was. It wasn't really something I really wanted to do in my life, So then moving up here to San Francisco and being freshly out of the closet was, you know, like introducing a kid to a candy store for the first time. We kind of did all that for a long time, and the Lexington Club quickly became like my home away from home, and the people there became my family, and hi, and come here, and then we spirituality is a big, always has been a big deal for me. That was kind of like my side life. Only really close friends at the Lex knew about, you know, everything that I did in my spiritual life and my spiritual path and all of that stuff, and so that was also a big deal for me. And I got to a point where I thought that my life was going to be living in San Francisco, being queer, and living a spiritual life. And, you know, when it came to schooling and work, I didn't really care. It was like, you know, I'll do whatever, but my life was going to be here in San Francisco. That was it. Then I lost my job, and I lost my house, and I lost my relationship, and everything crashed around me. I'm sorry, I'm such a crier, it's bad, but anyway, everything crashed around me, and I was homeless on the streets for a while, and that was a really painful time in my life. It was also very freeing, because I didn't have anything else. It's like, when you have nothing, you can't really go farther down from there. That's kind of your bottom, and so it was painful for a while, but it was also, I think I had so much joy in myself, because it was just me, and I could do whatever I wanted, and it didn't matter, and I didn't have to be anywhere at any certain time, and I didn't have to call anyone or check back with anybody. It was just whatever the fuck I felt like doing, you know. And then my parents finally let me come home, and they lived in Monterey, and so I moved down there, and from there it was like everything changed. I got a free car from like some pastor the first week. I got a job the second week, and I met someone that second week, and he wasn't queer. He wasn't trans. He wasn't nothing. He was a straight as a doornail, straight guy, like complete opposite from everything I've ever dated ever in my life. Totally busted open all of my preconceived ideas of what kind of a relationship I would ever be in. And that scared me. I think that was the thing that really scared me, was that it felt so real and so normal and so natural. I think I had hindered myself by allowing myself to live completely confined in whatever definition at the time, regardless of what it is, whether it's gay, straight, queer, like whatever those labels were for me, that's how I lived. And so I hurt myself, and I didn't allow myself to get to know myself more and experience more things because of that. And it took, like, literally the universe yanking me out of San Francisco and yanking me away from all that and, like, raising everything to the ground and being like, you gotta start all over again. That was scary. But it's been a journey. It's been a lot of soul searching and a lot of emotional healing from, you know, the emotional letting go of things. Like, wow, okay, I don't have to define myself as being this black woman, you know, spiritual, whatever, blah, blah, you name it, whatever I thought I was. There's no need to hold on to that, because that's, you know, that, like, that's not gonna do anything for you in the end. Like, it's not. It's life will tell you you're no, you know, there's this guy over here, you know. And even now, like, I find myself, like, you know, yeah, we talk about future things, like we want to get married, and we plan on getting married next year, and we plan on having kids, and, you know, we want to do that whole thing, which is another thing I never thought I was ever gonna do, really. But as much as I like to plan for it, I feel like I still have that thing in the back of my mind, like, you can plan, but don't get so attached to it that you don't live, that you don't experience new things, that you don't enjoy your life, you know. Don't get so bogged down with that one end-all be-all goal, you know, because it could change. It really could change. Something could happen. I mean, you know, not terribly bad or anything, but something could happen. Life could change, you know. I don't do music anymore. My bass sits in the garage. My piano is at my parents' house, and I found through moving that I'm really good at business. I'm really good at cooking, and these are all things I would have never found out about myself if my life didn't change, you know.